Wahoo!
Hello everyone, this is Jack Holleworth again with another episode of Jack Plays, and we are going to be taking a look at yet another simple 2000 game. This time we're going to be taking a look at Maze Action, also known as Gaikato Miairo King, or if you want the English version, Fierce Fight Maze King. So it was basically published in Europe by Age Tech, but really it's unknown who actually developed this particular game. Some people suspect that it's Big Ben Interactive, but they were really just a French-based company, and the Simple 2000 series mainly relied around budget games made by Japanese developers, so I guess the true origin of who developed this game will remain a mystery, I suppose. But anyway, we have story mode where we have to attempt to clear the final exam, free mode where you can play against the AI or a second player, status which basically acts as a gallery of sorts, and option which basically changes a bunch of things that don't really matter. Anyway, our heroes consist of Lee Barak, who enjoys swimming and is all about power, Katie Smith, the anime schoolgirl who enjoys shopping, which is not a hobby, and she's all about speed, Andy Shin, a Chinese guy who likes music and is all about stamina, and Cindy Trent, a young British lass who enjoys yachting and is also about speed. Anyway, we're going to be going with Katie Smith for this one. Welcome to the third ever Hero Academy final examination. You've all worked hard to get this far, and I'm very pleased with everyone's progress. However, given Academy rules, only one of you will be graduating. This is a time-honoured tradition which I myself have also chosen to take part in. Whichever student emerges victorious from the exam will earn the Academy's recognition. That about covers it. So let's get started. Are you ready to begin? Your first opponent is Lee. Your second opponent is Andy. Your last opponent is Cindy. Don't question the spaces in between the exclamation marks. So here's where the core gameplay of Maze Action lies. We basically have to collect 3 keys and make it to our exit. So we basically have to collect red keys, and our opponent has to collect blue keys. 2 of the keys we need are scattered throughout the maze, and the third key is currently being held by our opponent. And if you pause the game, you can check your inventory to see what kind of items you have. Very lucky to avoid that rocket launcher there. But anyway, we need to find a way to get Lee to drop that red key for us. There's also a little thing I found out accidentally called the pause cheese, where if you pause while firing a weapon, as you can see, your attack animation will still play out for some reason. Which is actually quite useful, considering if you don't have any weapons on you, then your only chance of winning is to get into a cat's fight with your opponent. But anyway, now that we've gathered all 3 keys and made it to our coloured exit, we win the first stage. But anyway, as you can tell from that bit of story that went on earlier, the first 3 stages are against the 3 characters that aren't Katie Smith. Also, you gotta love the frame rate tanking right there. I never knew budget games could be way too much for the PS2 to handle. But yeah, as you can tell, this is basically the game. So yeah. Here's the pause cheese in action. I know that may seem like a really cheap tactic, but it's pretty much a necessity if you want to make it past the first stage. Because you'll just have to believe me when I say that the melee combat in this is just atrocious. And combine that with the fact that your character operates on tank controls, and really you won't be getting anywhere if you try to play this game normally. Another weird quirk I've noticed about this game is that our opponent always respawns at the exit we need to go to in order to beat the stage. Don't know why that's a thing, but certainly helps us out in the long run if we pay attention to our map. Anyway, we are now in Egypt. At least I think it's Egypt. Who knows? Like earlier we were in a hotel, then we were in a tomb, and now we're in some sort of Egyptian tomb. But yeah, if we press triangle, we can cycle through our different weapon categories, that being weapons, healing items / power-ups, and keys. So what you just saw me use was my invincibility power-up, which basically allows me to not take damage for a short amount of time. And basically, right now I'm trying to drop the blue keys in exchange for the final red key that I need. There we go. And while Cindy's busy trying to find all the blue keys she needs, and I take a face full of spikes like an idiot, it's back to my exit, where I apparently get hit by nothing. But yeah, 6 minutes and we have beaten our 3 opponents. So what's next? Excellent work, but the exam isn't over just yet. The real test begins now. Don't worry, I'm not trying to rattle your nerves. But you will have to focus your efforts should you hope to emerge victorious. So stage 4 is basically a fight against ourselves. like, I literally stopped caring about the true setting like a long time ago, considering we were in a hotel for the first stage, and now we're pretty much everywhere. But aside from using power-ups and firing rocket launchers and shotguns at each other, we can set traps. You know, basically do all kind of stuff like equip Sonic shoes. We can jump over deadly spikes on the floor. And I need to go to my exit, see if I can camp, because everyone knows that that's the most reliable tactic. Wait for the spikes to do their thing. And we're just gonna wait around here for a second. There you are, you imposter. Ah, she got me. And again. So this calls for some invincibility. And more shotgun abuse. And there goes my shotgun. But she tripped on the spikes, so that's my call to take the key. So what else is there to be done? I mean, we've beat all three of our opponents. We've outplayed ourselves. Is that the end of the game? Unbelievable! I had no idea you were so skilled. You look a bit nervous, so I'll get right down to it. Your next opponent is me. Why the long face? You should be flattered. Only by defeating me will you earn the title Hero. Are you ready? Then let's begin. So our master basically turns into a woman for pretty much no reason at all, other than to elaborate that the fact that he's a trap is pretty much canon. And for some reason, the final stage is set in the Matrix or Tron for some reason. But yeah, stage 5 is basically the hardest stage, theoretically, basically because we can't see the areas of the map that our master has been covering. Well, that, and this is a pretty large map anyway. And I'd say this is the only part of the game that truly does feel like a maze. So, using our Sonic shoes once again to get us to our second red key faster, and it's a dead end. Nice invincibility right there. You can activate them by pressing square if you have them equipped. see if we can steal this key from our master. For some reason she didn't get staggered there and she happened to have a med kit. More Sonic shoes. Come on, where's that red key actually at? Also, I should probably mention this now, but what's the point of making the one-player game a split-screen match? Doesn't that just remove a huge amount of tension from the game always knowing where your opponent is? As Tenins once said, isn't the point of this game to outsmart your opponent as well as beat them? I do remember him saying something along those lines anyway. So she's just activated her invincibility, so we're gonna run away. Ow! Nope, you're not stealing that blue key. But yeah, let's try the camping approach again and find that exit. See ya. I know where she now spawned at least. So making a mad dash for the exit before she can get that third blue key card. And we did it. We did it. We beat May's action. Excellent job. You've accomplished what few others have. You defeated me. Don't let this victory go to your head. Being a hero involves a lot of responsibility. Here, this is for you. Congratulations. And it's making very good use of my PS2 system clock, seeing as how I recorded all this footage on New Year's Day. But anyway, that was May's action. Good concept in theory, but unfortunately it suffers the same fate as a lot of other simple 2000 games. The execution is very poor. Sloppy melee combat, tank controls that would make the original Resident Evil blush. And it doesn't really feel all that fun. Of course, you can play the game over and over again to unlock every costume for every playable character, but really, unless you're extra patient with that kind of stuff, who's going to want to play this game more than once? Just a reminder, we got this for like £2.50, and I was able to beat it in around 20 minutes when I finally got good at it. And even then, that didn't take me very long at all once I figured out the whole pause strat for myself. But yeah, this has been Jack Holleworth, and hope you all have a good one. Peace.